Hello, and welcome to another episode of Big Human Dead. I'm Rob Ayers, and with me tonight again is Buddy Black.
Good evening or morning. I don't care.
How you doing tonight, Neil?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so instead of asking me what's on my mind, I'm just going to jump right to it.
Do it.
Cuz I've been thinking lately just with all of just I just get so up my own ass about all of these reboots and all this
Yes.
all of this nonsense. I don't know. I understand the idea that, like, you know,
Mm-hmm.
just because you don't like the new one, that doesn't mean that the old one isn't still there. Like, you
Right.
can still go back and watch it. But
I don't know. Are you sure that these things aren't just being rewritten in history? I mean, like you erase your hard drive, then that data is totally rewritten. I wonder.
Well, yeah, maybe.
Is history
but-
being just annihilated every time?
Well, that's what Lucas has been doing with, like, I mean, I don't know. Like, I know that if I looked hard enough, I could go out and find, like, you know, the original, you know, untampered with Star Wars movies. But
Yeah.
even the DVD set that I had that had those on there, like, they just looked like YouTube videos. Like, the quality was so garbage.
See, that's it. Like, history is actually being erased.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Probably.
Just slowly.
But let's talk about that instead. That sounds...
Yes. Yeah. No, I'm totally with you on this whole reboot nonsense. It's become a knee-jerk reaction to just groan whenever I see that a reboot is on the horizon. And it shouldn't be that way. Like, everything has some merit somewhere. No one wants to nobody sets out to say.
Sorry.
Yeah.
No, I disagree. Because I think the thing that set me off on this was the new Fantastic Four movie.
Okay.
I haven't seen it
Me neither.
because I saw the other one with
Yeah.
with the Shield in it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like, it was just brutal. And then I saw the goofy one from the like the mid to late 80s
The
or
Corman
early
one,
90s. Yeah, I saw that. That was, you know, whatever.
That's magical.
Yeah, it was fun, but
Mhm.
you
It's a
know, and then
whimsical tale.
agreed. But you know, hey, we made a new Fantastic Four movie and it sucks. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. I really wanted to think that this one was going to be cool, though, too. Like,
Yeah, no, I know, but like,
Yeah.
just don't make another one. How
Yeah.
does that sound? Like, you're just
Yeah.
doing this to keep the rights. Like, everyone knows that you keep on doing this. So
Right.
you obviously either you don't know how to do it, or it just can't be done. Like, that's fine.
yeah.
So,
But it's still like we should have a little open mind. We should try to anyway, because like, even though it's true, it's pure business. Like, they made the new Spider-Mans, they made the new Fantastic Four, they made the new whatever just to hold on to the rights. And that sucks. That's really bad. That's bad storytelling motivation. But the studio, they say, okay, we need to hold on to the rights. So here, blah, 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 blah. But then they hire a writer to write the movie. And that writer he doesn't want to tell a bad movie. He's charged with a really shitty task, but he's going to do the best he can. But in the end, it still sucks for the most part. And so, like, I always want to think that there's something in there that some people wanted to show you. Even regardless of whether it's something we should actually see.
I have a rule that I just don't sympathize with the rich. Like, I just don't do that. Like,
Fair enough.
yeah, I just don't do that.
Yeah,
But
they can pay their own people to sympathize with them.
yeah, exactly. But sorry, what I was thinking about, you know, given that, you know, we like to discuss horror and horror related things.
Yeah.
Is there any because they haven't really touched too many, like, horror franchises. Like, they did
That's true, yeah.
they did Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah.
They did they made a new Friday the 13th, which I just didn't go over very well, I don't believe. So I don't think they decided to do any more.
No. They did Nightmare on Elm Street.
Oh yeah, they did.
Yeah,
They
in
did do that.
2000
That just went. That just flew way
12 or
under my
something.
radar. I had. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
a lot of these. That's kind of
forgot
the
about that. Yeah.
yeah. That's kind of the MO of a lot of these franchise reboots. Is they make them and they kind of do it a little kind of quietly,
Yeah.
and then they just kind of fly by the radar, like the Nightmare on Elm Street came and went. Friday the 13th came and went. The only ones that came with any kind of spectacle or fervor, any kind of
Zazz
was the. Thank you for bailing me out.
Hey, no problem.
You're always there with the right word, zazz. It's got a lot of zazz. See, a lot of was the Texas Chainsaw Massacre ones, and I think that was because it was a Michael Bay produced thing.
Yeah.
And say what you will about Michael Bay, the dude knows business. This guy, he knows how to make some loot. I'm like, this guy is pulling pure scratch out of people's pockets.
Yeah.
And so he knew how to hype these up. And lo and behold, like I got caught up in it a little bit. I love the old franchise of Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It's really like a really heavy nostalgic point for me.
Yeah.
And I mean, I went and saw the new ones, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the beginning, Texas Chainsaw Massacre reboot, Texas Chainsaw blah blah blah. There were like 2 or 3 of them, I think.
Yeah.
And none of them are very good, but like for those, they got my money.
Oh,
they got me. They fucking got me.
So sorry. So I guess what I was getting at, and that's sorry. Thank you for the story. That was a nice story about the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. What I was getting at is there like a horror franchise?
Yeah.
Like even outside of the ones that they've already done, that maybe, that definitely don't need to be rebooted.
Right.
But if they did a reboot, like that might actually be pretty awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good question.
So the question is there a horror franchise that you think would actually make a good reboot?
Yes.
Maybe doesn't absolutely need one.
Mm-hmm.
Well, definitely doesn't absolutely need one.
Yeah.
But a horror franchise that would actually make a bitchin' reboot.
Mm-hmm. I thought about it, and contrary to all the preamble and vitriol that I laid upon everyone in the beginning of the podcast, my first reaction was, no, there's not at all, ever. Don't do it. Just stop. Everything, just stop. Because there's so many good ideas. There's a million good ideas that have not been used yet. And give them a chance. Don't use these old ones. They've already had their time in the sun. Even if I know that kind of like what I was saying with this thing, there's something in every idea. Nobody wants to tell a bad story.
Yeah.
And I mean, you look at something like The Thing, the movie, John Carpenter's 1982, The Thing.
Yeah.
And was that a good idea when he first came up with it and said it out loud? Well, okay, actually, yeah, that's a good example of a bad example. That movie actually sounds pretty awesome, no matter how you say it.
I think he just started the pitch with so Kurt Russell has this bitchin' beard,
right?
And it's
Done.
sold.
Green light.
You got a movie, kid. Yeah,
Right.
Which is
okay. So that's a bad idea. That's a bad example. A good example. It's not quite horror, but it's still same vein. You take something like Big Trouble in Little China, and the pitch for this, just the idea,
which they are remaking.
Why?
I don't know.
Oh fuck, man.
The Rock needs something to do, I guess.
Yeah. Oh right, I heard about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so we're back in the 80s, and he comes up with this idea, and you pitch it. This movie sounds fucking ridiculous, but they went ahead with it anyway, and now I think it's actually like an official. It's officially recognized by over 200 countries or governments as one of the most fun and coolest movies ever made. And so, what? I see this look on your face.
They don't have
Big
a list. Do they have a
China.
list for that?
Of course they do.
Really?
It's imperial decree in some countries.
Okay, well, I'll have to go. I'll have to go on the Google and look at that. Yeah, I'll have to.
And so to back up my point, like my first thought was like, no, there's a billion people with a billion stupid sounding ideas that could result in a few awesome movies. Don't do reboots. But then that's pretty lame for me to come to a podcast with just no as an answer. So I thought about it again, and what I came up with was one cool one and two shitty ones.
Okay.
Okay. My first shitty one is
start with the cool one.
you don't want to like ramp up to the cool.
I
You don't want to like start at the top of a hill and then roll down into the mire below.
into the shit. Yeah.
Okay, we'll do it your way. We're doing it your way.
We're trying to make this like a kind of an enjoyable experience. I'm gonna start with my shittiest idea.
Yeah. So okay. Okay, I'll flip it around. I'll do shitty, good, shitty. That's a good compromise. First shitty was Critters. To reboot the Critters franchise.
That's a terrible idea.
Right?
That's a terrible idea.
I put it right out on Front Street. This is shit. You take Critters and you make this first reboot, but you like really you dive right into the thick of it. And you take like the Trouble with Tribbles approach, and like you take the critters, they come to Earth, they start to multiply, they completely annihilate Earth, and now Earth is just covered in critters, and now they're a galactic threat again. The whole balance, the whole universal balance is thrown off kilter with the first installment.
Let's just next. Let's just
Okay.
go next. Yeah.
Next.
Next.
I have to do the next. The next, almost, it's not quite shitty, but it's not so good either.
Okay.
Is Scanners. I love the Scanners movies. The first one,
Okay.
Cronenberg. I know he's your boy because he grew up on the same block because they only have like a couple blocks in Toronto, yeah, or Ontario.
Cronenberg and I are not
On speaking terms anymore.
we're not buddies. We're not buddies.
I love that weirdo. And if you did Scanners, like in a completely different direction, if you had like Lars von Trier direct the new Scanner, so it's like quiet and slow.
That sounds pretty. That sounds bitchin'. That sounds all right. Yeah, I could.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd throw $8 at it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And then my good idea that I really like this idea, even though we'll see. History will be my judge on this one. My big answer when Mr. Hollywood comes to me and says, "Rob, what are we doing today?"
Yeah.
It's rebooting the Child's Play franchise.
Yeah.
But you do this with a completely different take on the directors. Similar to like the Scanners idea where you have Lars von Trier do Scanners. For Child's Play, you give it to someone like Spike Jonze or Michel Gondry, who have this very realistic but still kind of fantastic. They inject this fantasy in there, but in a super realistic way. You know, like did you see Where the Wild Things Are?
I did actually, and that's I was super impressed with that movie. I thought it was just going to be a waste of time, and I was
me too.
so incredibly impressed with that movie. Yeah.
Yeah. If you give it to Spike Jonze and let him just do whatever the hell he wants with it, whether it's quiet or weird or whatever, and you have it like that. But the only stipulation that I have for this is Brad Dourif still needs to do the voice of Chucky.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you can do anything else. Any decision, I give it all to Spike Jonze or Michel Gondry or, Ulrich Seidel, one of these Europe-y directors that has this quiet, weird style. As long as Brad Dourif gets put back in the sound box.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's
No.
mine.
I could see that. I could see.
Okay.
I think that would be super cool. I think that would be all right. I mean, Child's Play was never, ever, ever my favorite. Kind of
Me
like,
neither.
Like horror schlocky 80s bananas thing. Like never, ever, ever. But to do like kind of like a weird kind of like art film sort of remake of Child's
Art
Play,
film,
I think.
yeah.
Exactly. Would actually be pretty cool. Would actually be pretty cool. Yeah.
And you, what's your answer to the reboot conundrum?
I didn't come prepared. I tried to make a decision ahead of time on what my answer would be.
Okay.
But so I do have two. I guess they're like one's just a little bit. I think one I would actually just enjoy that much more, and then the other one is just probably too obvious, and that's why it didn't win out.
Okay.
So the one that I think that I would actually kind of like to see would be the Tales from the Crypt television show.
Okay.
Because, I mean, that is my favorite television show of all time.
Okay.
Like, I absolutely love just like I have all the episodes and all the seasons, and I'll just like
really?
throw on one and just watch it for no reason.
Cool.
It's incredible. I just absolutely adore that show.
Right on. Do you like the movies as well?
Not so much with the movies, actually.
Okay. I really like the first one.
The like the
Demon
original.
Knight.
Oh, because they made like I don't remember what year it was, but they made it like a one like way back. I think it was in the late 70s.
Oh, really?
And like
I don't know this
the
one.
Crypt Keeper had like this weird sort of like mimey skeleton mask or something. It was just weird. But yeah, Demon Knight was okay.
It's a fun movie. It's hardly horror, but I don't know. It's a fun installment in the horror.
Exactly. Yeah. I do agree with you. I do agree. Demon Knight was fun. I love like just the episodic, like, we just, right off the bat we got like a kind of like a grim morality tale, and we end, and it's just like, I don't know. It's just it's so amazing. I love the hell out of that show.
Agreed.
But going back and trying to watch a lot of the episodes, some of them do feel super dated.
What?
They do. Honestly, they do. Especially for like the first couple of seasons. It's like this was just like there's just so much cocaine going on here right now. Like it's ridiculous. Like just
Is that softcore porn or no? Oh no, that's just cocaine all over the lens.
Yeah, there's just cocaine all over the camera and the actors. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah, it's rough, especially with that crew. I mean, that was Joel Silver producing that. I mean, you have
it was
the richest, weirdest people in Hollywood at that time.
It was
going crazy.
But not even, it was like the traveling Wilburys of producers.
Yeah,
like it was incredible. Like Joel Silver, Robert Zemeckis, Steven Spielberg, I believe, was involved. I'm gonna regret saying that because that doesn't seem quite right. I think it was Spielberg was involved.
That one I'm not sure about.
Anyways, I'll have to look that up later. I could have sworn if it's not Spielberg, it's another huge name.
Yeah.
But anyways, like there was a time where it's like almost like the entire show just moved to England for some reason, and they just had all of these like Ewan McGregor was in an episode, and
really?
And oh yeah, he plays a vampire in an episode. He plays a zombie in an episode, and that I just ruined the twist ending for anyone who checks it out. But he's like
this
an
zombie
undead.
is Ewan McGregor.
I'm so sorry. I mean, like no one would react like that.
Is that
but
the twist? They're all running from this zombie. And wait, Ewan?
Yeah.
Hey, mate.
More or less the idea. It's a great. Actually, the episode is. So Ewan McGregor and his girlfriend are like, punk rock or whatever's, and they get into a big fight.
Okay.
And she leaves out and she goes and picks up a guy and brings her back to like their apartment, and then Ewan McGregor comes home and he's like, "Holy shit! Like what the f is going on here?"
You're a progressive girl, aren't you?
But the guy that she brings back is black.
Oh.
And so at first he's like, we don't want your kind in here. And he's like, what is that supposed to mean? And Ewan McGregor's like, the only thing that matters to me is if you're living or you're dead. And he kind of says it in a way that's like a threat. And the guy's like, oh, yeah? And then the guy reveals himself to be a vampire.
Okay.
And so, like, the twist is that he's a vampire.
Oh,
and
shit.
he kills, he doesn't kill, but, like, he, like, mangles Ewan McGregor so badly.
Yeah.
Because he's dead. He can't heal. So he's
right.
just got, like,
Okay.
this, like, huge face kind of for the it's an awesome episode.
Right on.
But I was thinking more about, like, kind of what HBO's become and how it's almost like, I don't know, sex position and they got celebrities on HBO, with the True Detective and all of this stuff. Like,
Yeah, totally.
they could actually do, like, 2 or 3 seasons of a Tales from the Crypt reboot that would actually be, like, super cool.
They could do
think.
it some justice. I think they could do it better than the original. Like, I'm not bagging on the original.
No, they couldn't. But that's
I don't know, man.
One of the best. It's my favorite TV show. There's no way they could do it better than the original. The original was just so incredible.
Yeah.
But they could definitely do some cool ass shit.
Right.
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah. I've seen quite a few episodes, but I clearly haven't seen as many as you have. For me, it was always I never had cable growing up, and TV time was not like there was a period of time when I was really young when TV was just that was my babysitter because my parents they were working all the time and they split up, and so then it was just me and my buddy TV, and that's when I saw all these horror movies that wrecked my head. Mm-hmm. But then when later when my dad and I moved, and then it was like the grandparents were there, so horror time was over and TV time was over. Go out and play, and they would lock the door behind me, and so I'd be stuck outside in the Florida heat.
Disgusting.
Yeah, totally. And I had to breathe this weird air without any radiation in it. The cathode ray tube not warming my tender flesh. So.
In all seriousness, birds are gross, disgusting creatures,
it's true.
Birds are outside all of the time.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I try to be a vegetarian, but then I see like bird meat, and then I'm instantly thrown into just the mode of I have to punish this species for being as disgusting as they are. Yeah.
Yeah, vengeance mode.
I would be a vegetarian if there were no birds. It'd be easy. But the point is that like I was not allowed to be friends with the TV during the heyday of Tales from the Crypt. And so when it was on, this was really special. And so I only saw maybe a couple fistfuls of episodes.
Such an amazing show. Unbelievably good.
Mm-hmm.
So freaking good. Yeah. I mean, for anyone else listening, you know
Mm-hmm.
you know how good it is. Rob hasn't seen a lot, so I don't want to get into a lot of stuff.
There's a few that I saw that were really amazing.
Yeah.
And then there were a couple that I saw like nothing against you, Joe Pesci, but yours, your episode of Tales from the Crypt, that was rough stuff. But he was really fun to watch in that. In fact, like all the celebrities, whenever they got a celebrity on there, it seemed like they were really having a good time. Whether it was because they had a nostril full of Coke, compliments of the production, or if they really liked what they were doing, doesn't matter. They always had a fun time.
So my other one, that's probably the most obvious answer.
Mm-hmm.
That I didn't because everyone's thought of this before.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Rob, you and I have sort of butted heads before over whether or not full moon is
Oh, man,
an
here we
incredible
go.
studio or not, and they were.
Oh,
If you didn't know.
I don't deny their rightful place in cinema history.
As you shouldn't.
Yes.
So good. Anyways,
Oh, wow. So
The Puppet Master. The Puppet Master. I
Yeah.
say the to make it sound like super cool, but it's
Right.
it's just Puppet Master for
yeah,
any listeners that were
Puppet
confused by.
Master. As
by
a
the-
reboot, like how would it be done? Pitch this to me. Sell me on this, son. Come on, let me have it, kid.
I haven't thought that far, but it just just do it again, but don't make the blood green.
Yeah, please.
I love the first movie, how it's like this murder mystery. Like, oh, there's
Yeah.
someone in the house who's killing someone. Who could it be? And as it turns out, it's the puppets. Like, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Like, just, I don't have a director in mind, and I don't have whatever, but just like, I would even say give it to the Hensons. Like, just
That would be awesome.
make it a full-blown, like, don't make it like a Muppet, like, not Muppet Master. Don't make it Muppet Master. But, which,
Right.
now that we're sort of bouncing this back and forth off
Yeah.
of each other, I
That might have some merit.
I like Muppet Master.
Yeah.
That could be cool. Yeah.
It's kind of awesome.
Yeah, I could do that. I mean, I would absolutely watch that.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah, no question
that would get
whatsoever.
my money. Yeah, no hesitation.
Yeah. I'd really
Yeah,
like
I
to
can
see
see it. Huh?
So I was going to say, like Cookie Monster, at least in the last, 5-10, because
Yeah.
I do still watch Sesame Street like fairly often. I'm not going to lie.
Fair enough, man. Like Sesame Street, it's wholesome viewing pleasure.
Yeah. And I love me
yeah.
my Muppets, and I don't
Fair
get
enough.
I don't get new Muppet content very often.
Nah.
But-
That's also a really special anchor in my childhood, is watching the Muppets.
Yeah.
That's totally, because it's so weird. It's
Oh.
like the old show is so weird.
The
And
first
it's so
season
good.
of the Muppet Show,
Yeah.
everyone thought that it was going to be stupid. So,
Right.
like, there are no celebrities on the first. There's one celebrity. She's like a distant memory. Like, she's like a
Yeah.
footnote in someone else's already footnotey career.
Right.
But the season finale of
Mhm.
the Muppet Show season 1, anyways, is like this weird like mask. This this mask troupe from, from Germany.
Mummenschanz. Yeah, it's the
Yeah.
Mummenschanz.
Yeah.
Yeah, this mime troupe, this performance group, freaked me the fuck out. But I
Oh, yeah.
loved it. I
Yeah.
loved how terrified I was.
But it's funny how we get from to like Burt Reynolds in like just the very, you know what I mean? Like in the very next, the Muppet Show is
Yeah.
incredible.
Totally.
No, I was gonna say it was, like you could do, and we're making a joke out of probably the best idea that's been thrown out here right now.
Yeah, we just threw away, a few $1 million.
We just threw away
this
$3 million,
Yeah,
a
for
few
free.
$1 million. Yeah, whatever.
You're welcome, Hollywood.
Yeah, but the like in the last 5-10, Cookie Monster's just been like a little bit more, like I don't know. He's got songs about sharing his cookies and shit like that. But like
Yeah.
back when we were coming up, Cookie Monster didn't play any of that horse shit. Like
No.
they were his cookies, but
Yeah.
like it'd be great to just see that dude snap.
Yeah.
Like I'd really like to see Cookie Monster just fucking lose it on
Right.
someone.
And like
'Cause,
the
like-
detective is following a trail of like splintered bones with chocolate chip, smear residue on them.
Yeah, like the
Like-
fingerprints are all over the scene. Is just
Yeah.
like like just chocolate, kind of like fuzzy finger, like and there's blue
Yeah.
fur and everything. Yeah, fuck.
Right.
Man, to do like a Who Framed Roger Rabbit with the Muppets would be kind of bitching actually.
totally
and I don't
bitchin'.
actually. Yeah, I'm not gonna count that on one of my reboots. I would honestly like to see like an honest to God, like let's go back,
Yeah.
let's actually make the Puppet Master series
Mm-hmm.
like creepy and terrifying. I don't know if I had to pick
Yeah.
a director. I don't know. I
Brett
don't know.
Ratner.
I Coppola's my favorite director, so I might just say Coppola.
Yeah.
Like I just because I get to do whatever I want right now.
Exactly.
Coppola
You're
would
Mr. Hollywood.
Coppola would direct.
Yeah.
Would star Jim Varney
Okay.
because I'm God at this point. I'll bring Ernest back from the dead.
Jim Varney and Rutger Hauer.
Yeah.
They walk into this hotel.
And the most famous movie star from 1,000 years in the future.
Yes. I love it.
Yeah, that's a great idea. That's
You got me on
perfect.
this one.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
You had treated me to a special game the last time.
Well, that's right. I have your soul. Yeah, I own your soul.
Yeah,
I forgot about that. It means nothing to me. That's how much it means. I just completely forgot about it. Yeah.
It's actually hanging on the back of the chair along with some crunchy socks.
Yeah. That's where I keep my souls and my spankerchiefs. That's just
Awesome. Okay. Well, in a bid to win back that soul,
okay.
I have something for you.
All right.
Since you're hot to trot musician, I figured I'd try to impress you a little bit with my own theme song.
Okay.
Okay, here he goes. Da-da-da-da-da. Eat it, movie.
Okay.
That's it.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah.
Thanks.
That was a lot. Honestly, objectively, that was a lot better than mine. That was a lot better.
Thanks. Production value is not that high, but I'm more of a garage punk kind of guy, you know? A little DIY.
Yeah, no, for sure. And yeah, I did my theme song in a fancy studio. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Anyways, what do you want, Rob? Let's figure this out.
Okay,
Come
so
on.
this is Eat It Movie. This is where I will read to you a sentence taken from a YouTube comment in regards to a particular movie, where I have gone to that trailer for this movie and chosen a very choice YouTuber comment. I'm going to omit one or two words, and you're going to have to guess what those words are.
Are those words the name of the movie? Like, do I have to guess the name of the movie, or I just have to guess? Okay.
No, I'll tell you the movie, and I'm just going to say blah, 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 blank, blah, blah, blah. And so you have to guess the missing word.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. Okay, the first one is from a YouTube watcher who had seen the movie Nightmare on Elm Street, the original one.
All right.
Okay, the comment is, fuck, period. Her blank is Nancy, blank. No, sorry, let me redo it.
Name.
Fuck. Let me finish here. Fuck, blank. Her blank is Nancy, period. That's my name, period. What's the blank?
Is it name?
It is. Fuck.
Okay.
Her name is Nancy. That's my name. That comment was left by one Jeff D.
That's a cool comment. It's
actually pretty cool.
That's all right.
So I want to start you off with an easy one.
Okay.
Now we're going to step it up a little.
All right.
This is from 1982's The Thing.
Okay.
How can Alien be scarier? Lol. The Thing can morph. It can be blank. It can be anything.
God?
No. The correct answer is Alien. How can Alien be scarier? Lol. The Thing can morph. It can be alien. It can be anything.
That was misleading because you should have enunciated the B.
I did.
No, you didn't.
I said it can be blank.
No, it can be blank.
You don't give a shit about my
anything.
soul. Why are you trying so hard to hold on to this motherfucker?
No, I would have got the answer if you had just
The would have tipped you off.
If you had read the sentence correctly.
What comes after B?
Correctly. If you had read the sentence correctly.
If you would have said it correctly, if you would have enunciated the B, I would have naturally thought that what comes after B? Alien. Duh.
Anyways, fine. I think
Okay.
I feel like that was tricky. That was a
All
little
right.
tricky. Yeah.
Maybe this one will be a little cooler. This is
All right.
from the classic Frankenhooker.
Oh, I love this movie.
Me too. This is a magic movie.
Mm-hmm.
This movie is main the reason I became a blank
Hooker?
bioengineer.
Oh, okay. My answer's better.
Is it?
This movie is mainly the reason I became a hooker. Like if you saw Frankenhooker and you're like, "Oh shit, damn. I need I want to be a hooker."
I want some nerdy white guy to come give me some crazy crack so I explode and he takes my parts and applies them to his girlfriend.
That's
Not such a bad. It's not such a bad future if I was a prostitute
this
in
guy
the 1980s, you know?
Sorry, hang on a sec. This guy became a bioengineer because he saw Frankenhooker.
Apparently.
That's pretty cool, actually.
Yeah.
Like my answer is still better, but
I don't know. It's
his
not, I don't
his
know if
answer
it's
is
better,
pretty good too.
But he's a bioengineer who also wrote the sentence as, "This movie is main the reason." I wonder what this dude is working on. I would like to know where this kid is. What is he bioengineering? Okay, next. This is from Psycho. This reminds me.
Sorry, the original Psycho or
The original Psycho.
Okay, because all right.
And a point of interest. I think this person is talking about the trailer itself, not the movie.
Okay.
This reminds me of blank a little.
Can you repeat the
I can.
comment?
This reminds me of blank a little.
It's gonna say Jaws.
Yeah. The most obvious answer is Bates Motel.
Yeah, that's two blanks. That's not one blank.
Doesn't matter. It's still one thing.
No, it's not one thing. It's two words. A precedent had been set. You didn't.
It's not my fault.
You didn't structure the question correctly. That's
Okay. I'll give you that one.
All right. I'm just saying.
Okay. Next. This is the next to last one. And
Okay.
this one is for Dawn of the Dead. The original,
the
1978. What if you found a zombie with a blank in his blank?
I don't want to get all crass, but I know that we're on the internet. With a dick in its butt?
There's the class I was waiting for.
Yeah.
You're gonna kick yourself when you hear what this is, because I know you. I think I know you, and you're not above a little introspective, deeper thought. And this is it. What if you found a zombie with a knife in his hand? Indeed. What if?
But
But
what if you found a zombie with a dick in its butt? Huh? Have we? Oh man, that reminds me of the grossest story.
Okay.
Let's finish your thing, and then I'll tell the story. I'll
Okay.
tell the story afterwards. Oh man, I
This
forgot it. I forgot about this. This is
Did
this
you
is a-
find a zombie with a dick in its butt?
no, but the story obviously that statement reminded me of a story. So
Okay, last one. And then we go to the dick in the butt.
yeah.
This is the best one. It's from Halloween 3, Season of the Witch.
Okay.
Blank? Robots and laser shooting computer chips powered by fucking rocks? That's blank to you?
I'm gonna say the answer to both blanks are Halloween.
You would be wrong.
Oh no.
Both times. Believable? Robots and laser shooting computer chips powered by fucking rocks? That's believable to you? The best part about this is this person, this YouTube commenter, was writing this in reply to absolutely nothing. This was a fresh reply, just shouting into the ether with his keyboard.
Or her.
Nobody said anything about being believable in any way, shape, or form.
Right.
He just decided that someone had said it, and he was going to teach them a lesson. So, I think you didn't do so bad on this, but you did do bad enough to where you need to Xerox about 3/4 of the soul and send it back to me in a self-addressed stamped envelope.
We didn't agree that we were playing for anything.
We did.
So like I gotta ask.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I had won your soul, sorry, like if you had won
Yeah.
True or False with Buddy Black,
Okay.
you would have got $10,000.
Right.
This time around, I'm just saying. like I had nothing to get out of this. We didn't agree to any terms or anything like that.
I don't know. I think there were some pre-existing expectations. I need to talk to my lawyer. What's this story? Tell me the story while I talk to my representation.
Lend you your soul. I'll lend it to you if you need it. But like when I need it back, I'll just take it.
You'll be hearing from my solicitor. My solicitor.
Your solicitor. Anyways. So,
Yeah.
sorry. Speaking of, not speaking of movies with brilliant plots, but we were talking about like reboots and all this stuff. When I was like maybe 20, 23,
Mm-hmm.
I had the movie network, and every night around I think around midnight.
Mm-hmm.
They would just start showing porno movies, and like, okay, whatever. I have the internet. Like, this is like, hey, catch up the movie network. Like, this is bullshit. Right. Anyways, so I had this really bad habit of coming home from work at like 11:30, sometimes midnight, because I was working like coffee shops and restaurants at that time.
Yeah.
And I would come home and I would like get on my computer and start writing. I just throw the TV on, and movie network's on, so there's just pornography playing in the background while I'm just working away. Just for something to listen to as
a little ambiance.
Anyways, so there was this one movie that was like a zombie porno movie.
Okay.
And you know how what's known in the biz as the money shot. Yeah. Which is when a gentleman fires his ejaculate all over the face of his.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah,
I've heard rumors of this.
Yeah, of his lover.
Yeah.
And so I guess the idea was that she was a zombie and he was just a regular dude. So as they were done doing it, he did the conservative run of the mill money shot. Okay. And then as soon
as a rope of jism arcing across the screen. Across the bridge of the nose, maybe.
Yeah, or whatever in the eye. And then because she's a zombie, she bit off his penis afterwards, and then blood shot out of the stump. Okay. And then she took that also as a money shot. Wow. Because she was a zombie, which is like, that's. I feel like that's just way too much thought put into that scene.
You think so?
I think I don't know if we need to go that far.
You don't think a zombie would?
It was
like a zombie porno star.
Oh, it was brilliant. Like it was a brilliant gag. Yeah, it was a was a good gag for sure. But yeah. And sorry, while we're on the subject, there was another movie, and I was writing while it was happening, and I'm like, I looked back, and I'm like, what's going on here? And I looked at like the info, because that's how just mundane pornography became to me at that point. I just looked at like the info of the film, and the plot for this movie was so brilliant I actually kind of got depressed and I didn't write that night because like I was like, this guy needs to win an Oscar. Like this is stupid. It was I can't remember the name of the movie, but it was porn stars go to a haunted house to shoot a movie full of horny ghosts.
Wow.
So like the porn stars were going to make a regular porno movie, but the house was haunted with horny ghosts.
Okay.
And that's just a genius premise.
It's true. It's
for a porno movie.
Basic. It's really.
It writes itself.
Yeah.
Like you could just that movie could be 8 hours long, and like you wouldn't be repeating gags, by the time. No, just genius.
Agreed.
Yeah. So yeah.
Is that a reboot that you want to see?
I'd watch that. I'd watch that reboot. I mean, I'm not as into porn as I used to be, but
right. Who is?
I mean,
saturation of the market and all.
It's over. Yeah, I think I am sort of like
your
foretelling.
Father's son.
Yeah. I believe that the porn industry has like we've done as much as we can do in that medium. It's time to move on. I think westerns will be coming back.
Yeah, Western pornos.
Well, no, like there won't be penetration. We'll just all masturbate to westerns from now on.
Right. They're right on. Just people wearing Charles Bronson masks and right on. Until the sound of harmonica just gets boners raging all across the shopping mall.
It's gonna be incredible.
I love it.
Yeah.
Other than that, like what other on a serious note, or as serious as we can get anyway.
Sure.
With the reboots that we do have, which ones do you like? Do you like any of them, or do you particularly get really bummed out by any of them?
You know what? While we were doing Eat It movie, I forgot that they remade Psycho.
Shot for shot, Gus Van Sant.
Yeah, and I just I don't know why. I don't know. I just don't. I understand that you want to make money, but like, I don't know. Can you just do something else? Like,
yeah, that one I completely agree with you. I'm with you on that one. And I know that Gus Van Sant made a statement about he wanted to reintroduce this masterpiece to a new generation by doing it shot for shot and stuff like that. But ultimately, I think it's just masturbation. It's just masturbating with money. It's really, and there was really no point for this one.
You know what? Sorry.
Yeah.
I liked the new Dawn of the Dead. I liked Zack Snyder's Dawn of the Dead.
Me too.
I actually thought that it was okay. I think Romero's stuff is cool. Don't get me wrong. Like it's, he's got his own vibe. Like he's like the shit that he's doing. Like it's his shit. I don't think too many people could make a Romero movie.
No. He has I think Romero has a really special style. Like I always thought of it as kind of like a no style, like a lack of style. He just presents this situation and it works. Like he does it really well.
Yeah.
In this.
He just commits to it. Like he just commits super hard to it, which is great. But I liked the new Dawn of the Dead. I thought there were parts of it that I actually thought were scary.
Yeah. A lot. I think the whole thing was pretty clever.
Yeah.
It didn't waver. It didn't seem uneven in any way. That was James Gunn wrote the script on that one.
Yeah.
And I really like his writing.
The only thing I didn't like about New Dawn of the Dead is I just don't like Ving Rhames. I just don't. I just don't like Ving Rhames.
Really?
I just don't like him. I don't like.
I love him.
Yeah.
I feel like he's our generation's Barry Salmon.
Thank you. Yeah.
I think like for Dawn of the Dead, that for that generation they had Ken Foree, who a god among men.
For sure. I
Mhm.
think the thing with Ving Rhames, I just kind of feel like he always, like, and especially with all the interviews that I've seen with him in, he just kind of feels like he just doesn't like doing any of this stuff, and he's just
Okay.
kind of like too cool to be anything and whatever. I don't
Really?
know. I don't. Yeah, that's just my.
I think I've never seen an interview with him.
Yeah.
I have no realistic point of reference for this guy.
No, I mean, but like it was a good movie. Like I don't know, I thought it was cool. I did enjoy the Dawn of the Dead remake for sure.
Me too.
I didn't see any of the new Texas Chainsaw movies, and I think it was because I just like the old ones. You know,
Mhm.
like number one is really really good. Number two, they just go full blown 80s cheese on it, which
Mm-hmm.
I loved that a lot, you know. And but it's like, oh, Michael Bay is gonna like regrit, like he's taking Leatherface back and he's gonna regrit everything. I'm like, no, you know what? It's okay. Like, don't bother doing that. I think you're gonna miss the point.
It's true. For me, the first two reboots with R. Lee Ermey is like R. Lee Ermey. I love this guy.
I love that guy too. Yeah.
He made those movies fun.
Yeah.
The movie itself around him was a horror movie. Like, it wasn't a bad horror movie. It wasn't a good one. It was unremarkable, which I guess ultimately equals bad. Like, it's okay. It's a bad horror movie, but at least they had R. Lee in there, kicking shit and making it okay. But so it wasn't a complete waste, and some of the stuff was okay, but like overall, there's I don't know, there were some good ideas buried in there, and so it wasn't a complete waste in my opinion.
And that's fine, but like the thing though, and this is really splitting hairs, but like the thing though is that the Texas Chainsaw Massacre is not a horror movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's an exploitation movie,
right?
And there are different rules there.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And so
I'm with you.
Yeah. So like if Michael fucking Bay, it's like, oh, let's remake this movie and like make it appeal to a lot of audiences. It's like, I doubt you're gonna make an exploitation movie.
Some could say that he is like the rebirth of exploitation, except he's kind of exploiting us. He's exploiting the moviegoer.
I haven't memorized the articles that I've read about Michael Bay, but there's a few that I've read that actually defend the shit out of him as being like a genius Hollywood filmmaker, just like a genius auteur filmmaker.
I can see where an argument could be made for this. I mean, he has complete control of the movie. When you see a few seconds of a Michael Bay movie, you know you're watching a Michael Bay movie.
Yeah,
and everything is very distinguishable as coming from Michael Bay. And this, and then there's the point that he has soaked the people of Earth for billions of dollars. And this is no small feat. I mean, this, for all the bitching that we do about Transformers, about Bad Boys, about, Armageddon, about any of his movies, he still got us.
Transformers was a shameful, shameful disaster.
I know.
And it's not because the movie was bad.
Mm-hmm.
And it was bad.
It was bad.
But it's not because the movie was bad. Mm-hmm. It's just like Spielberg got Michael Bay to direct this movie, which was about cars just smashing into each other. You didn't have to do anything else. All you had to do was just take a truck and a plane and just collide them against each other again and again for 2 hours. You didn't have to do anything else.
Mm-hmm.
Like Michael Bay, like it's fish in a barrel, Mr. Bay. This is up your alley. If there's one guy who
Yeah, right? Yeah, you would
nobody
think so.
thought would fuck up Transformers. It would
Yeah.
be Michael Bay.
The guy who crams an explosion into every nook and cranny of a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, besides the point. Besides that, yeah, it's yeah, like what you're saying is totally true.
Yeah.
I agree. I'm on board with that. And so yeah, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre reboots, it was slim pickings on there. And the newest one, like you said, we're making a sequel to the first one. And this movie sucked hardcore. This was not for Texas Chainsaw Massacre fans.
Yeah.
And maybe it started off that way for whoever made it, but it didn't end that way for the audience. Did you see the Hellraiser reboot?
No.
Yeah, this one. Don't bother.
Well, I'm just sort of like morbidly curious now. Like, when the hell did this come out?
This was 2000. I think it was 2013 or 2014. Really recently.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it doesn't have Doug. I can't believe I just spaced on Doug's name.
Yeah, we'll just call him Doug. I just call him Doug.
Yeah, it doesn't have Doug in it.
Yeah.
And much like the Friday the 13th didn't have Robert in it.
Yeah.
And not like I feel like they have to honor these old traditions by any means. That's I don't care about that at all. I don't care whether these
Sorry,
reboots,
you meant Nightmare on Elm Street didn't have Robert in it.
Right.
Okay,
But
sorry.
Yeah, but the new Hellraiser didn't have Doug in it either. Like they got a new person for Pinhead.
Yeah.
And actually I don't mind that. If you're going to reboot it, really just go all out and change everything. I think that's totally fine. I don't mind. Like if you have the same person in it, then you have to fight the whole stigma of sequel, alternate, whatever, blah blah blah.
My hands waving frantically aren't picking up on the mic, but no, I could not disagree with you harder.
Really?
Like if you need to make another one,
Yeah.
and you don't want to do a sequel that takes place fucking, 25 years after the last movie came out.
Mm-hmm.
Like, then yeah, cast someone new in it. Do whatever the hell you want to do. Like, just go nuts. Like, just go bananas. Like, that's fine. It's a sequel.
Yeah.
But, like, if you're going to actively set out to remake the movie,
Yeah.
don't change so much that you may as well have just called, the Hellraiser reboot anything else. It's like, the only thing is that, hey, the guy has pins in his face, but I own the rights to that guy anyways. So
now they're safety pins.
Yeah, no one can
sue
me. Yeah.
Diaper safety pins with little blue and yellow bunnies and ducklings on them.
Yeah. that'd be scary.
Not so bad actually.
Yeah, if you have that much shit in your face, I'm afraid of you anyways.
Yeah. Yeah, I see. For me, I'm all for just tabula rasa, clean the whole slate and build it up completely new. Take the story, take the original story, and really just like hammer it into something new. But you have the original kernel there, because if you change the story completely, then it's not really a reboot. Then there's no point in calling it the same, giving it the same title as the original. Then you have a completely new story. Completely new movie. But if you're going to make it a reboot, then for me, I feel like you can just keep the original stone that started rolling down the hill the first time. As long as you have that core, that hard core of the story and stuff, you can change the main actor. You can change, if you feel compelled to change names of characters, okay. I'm not like I feel like the names kind of belong to the story a little bit. Kind of a good example is the latest. I think my favorite. I don't know if it's a reboot or if it was just a remake, but my favorite whatever is the latest Evil Dead. This I really liked. I thought it was sharp. I thought it was creepy and scary, and yeah, I really enjoyed this movie. I felt like it didn't say, we're shitting on the first one or we're doing the first one even better and badder. It didn't say anything like that. It's just, this is, if you want to think of it as another installment in the series, you can. If you want to think of it as a reboot, you can. I really dig this one. Your blank stare is a compelling argument.
No. No.
You didn't like this one.
You know what? I didn't see this one. And I'm going to tell you why. I despise Diablo Cody. I just despise her as a writer. I'm sure she's a nice woman. Like, I'm not saying...
Did she write this?
Yes, she did.
No, come on.
Yes, she
I would have
did.
known if Diablo Cody wrote it. I thought it was some South American dude who directed it and wrote it.
We're IMDb'ing right now.
Thrill as we type on computers.
I thought... Whoa.
I think you're thinking of Jennifer's Body.
No, I'm not. I could have fucking sworn that Diablo Cody...
No way, man. I'm almost sure.
Really?
Because I feel like I would have known.
Oh,
that.
no. I could have fucking sworn that she wrote this one. I'm such an idiot.
Yeah, it
really?
was written by Freddie Alvarez, wrote and directed it along with and wrote it with Rodos Saya.
She was attached to this. She was attached to this in some way or another. I think I remember reading that she was attached to this or somewhere or another, which is why I just couldn't.
There's no mention of her anywhere on anything, anywhere, ever.
I know.
No, man. Diablo had nothing to do. And what's wrong with Diablo Cody? Jennifer's Body was a cool movie.
Diablo Cody was brought in to revise first-time feature director Freddie Alvarez's script for the remake of Sam Raimi's 1980 horror film, The Evil Dead.
Okay. Yeah, she did a good job. It ended up being a pretty good movie.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe you're right. I'm not saying that you're wrong, but I'm just saying that I can't.
What's the beef with Diablo?
Everything is just so precious. Everything's just so precious with her. And like it's
the only movie I've seen of hers is Jennifer's Body. I missed out on her award-winning masterpieces and opuses.
I saw Juno and I saw Young Adult, and like, I don't know. Like, if you're just writing...
Didn't Jason Reitman write Young Adult?
No, I think he directed Young Adult.
He directed it, but I think he wrote it as well. Maybe she was the script doctor on that as well?
Diablo Cody wrote Young Adult. Jason Reitman directed Young Adult.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. There's just I don't know. There's just something about just the way that she just writes. Just writes all of her characters, and it's not interesting to me. It's just so absolutely not interesting to me. Like,
Diablo, you can come to Vienna and sit on my side of the mic.
Yeah, that's fine. Go ahead, Diablo. Go ahead, Miss Cody.
Miss. Whoa. That's the gauntlet right there.
I went there. Yeah, I just can't. Like, the United States of Terra was just boring. It was just so freaking boring. Like, Toni Collette is probably just one of the best actors alive today.
Yeah.
And she's just
banging.
so much freaking talent wasted with Diablo Cody's like shitty, like hey, all the stuff I thought was cool in high school is I'm not gonna get into too much because I could just rip on. Just not.
I haven't seen these movies. I did see Young Adult. I really liked that one. Yeah. That one was a fun little jam. But her work on Evil Dead makes me love her.
Okay. Fine. You like Diablo Cody. I like full moon.
You
I
like
think
okay.
that's fine.
There we go.
Yeah. Just saying.
Okay. That's not bad. It's not a bad state of affairs if that's
I guess
problems we
if
have.
That's yeah. I guess that's okay.
Yeah. I think we pretty much milked this one.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, like, if there's anybody who has, if there's any other remakes that you liked or you didn't like, just leave a comment in the comments.
Yeah,
and,
or send us an email about it at bighumandead@gmail.com.
For sure.
Yeah, and yeah, I mean, send us an email, leave a comment. I'm sure it'll probably get up on the air if it's. I don't know. Maybe not. I'm not gonna make promises that I can't back up.
I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. We don't know these people.
It's true.
We never met these people.
Scary process. I almost really kind of opened up a Pandora's box there.
Yeah, they're great, and like you know,
we appreciate you, all of you.
Yeah. I really, really appreciate you guys listening and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But like, I don't trust you.
Right.
But I haven't met him.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. I totally agree with you.
Yeah.
And or hit us up on Twitter at WaterlooGN.
Yeah, and that's the Twitter account for our comic book. And
Mm-hmm.
if you guys are really nice, if you're really nice to us, and you send an email and you're like, hey, we really want to read issue 1, I think we could probably email it to you. I think
we could probably hook you up. Yeah.
I think we could do that. Yeah.
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 Right on, man.
Cool. Well, it was really nice to talk to you, Rob.
It's good to talk to you too, man.
Cool. And I'll talk to you in a few days.
All right.
All right. Cool, man.
See you then.
Yep. Sweet
Oh,
dreams.
and be sure to, for all you people out there, be sure to subscribe so we don't miss you next week, and tell a friend.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
For sure. And like this is the final sign off. Like we're not gonna
the final one.
Yeah.
Dun,
All right.
dun, dun, dun. Eat it, podcast.
Yay!